Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
So, that needs to be solid, which it is. Alright, so now, well, it should be running, so
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Just working. Do a real quick test and then we better start.
I need John to start.
Alright, turn you off, it's all good. Message me if it's working. Right, sorry,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Let's go, Tammy at one.
first lifting up of the kicking off with 105 kilos.
Nice. Yeah.
Easy lift for 10. Great.
23 reps.
Next up, 20 kilos for this is tall. So if you are tuning in, classic moves, 3 attempts. Easy lift for so she 40 kilos for attempt. She was approaching the bar. Yeah. So from you can choose to fancy dress, deadlift suits, straps allowed. Jump 150 kilos. So it's his first comp, 3 years, mixed grip. Lifter, she to coming up short to qualify. So we have qualifiers in every state, in states in the country, and that will lead to a final where you get to go for the championship belt. So here we go. 55 kilo opener for Link. Easy work. To need some cotton, and she will be opening 60 kilos. So just so a few athletes who head over today. 60 on the strap. So she's got a peak of 200. That's with a she's lifting, as that's how she'll be lifting at natural rates. And she is so having to shortly 5 kilos for her first attempt today.
Donna.
The athletes are doing savagely cold. So Donna Cerberus deadlift, so it makes it tricky to get to the back, but she will get a lot off the floor. Ton of kilos. So it's 200 kilos set. Big also to see to get it easy to strap in. From
Jackson, we want 260. So
lifter Jackson 260 kilos attempt.
Yes.
beautiful. 60. Let's go.
260 kilos on the bar for Jackson. Strap Strong openers. Penultimate lifter of the first round. Cap to be cool. Good lift for Jackson. To the round. And he'll go on 290 kilos.
How much is this juice? I get blood in my head stand off.
How kilos on for the so we head over to natural world. So we have quite a contingent lifting today over there. The floor. Easy first lift and it's raw dog. Oh, that's done.
No, I can tell. I should yeah, so this way. We're going all the way down.
Yeah, 113, 112 and a half, 112 and a half,
112?
and a half.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, strip is going to start again on the first lift of the second round. So, how the format will work for Strongmania, we have 4 events. They'll be the same events in each state, and then the top placed lifters overall on the leaderboard will qualify for the final. So this year, the 4 events we have for the state qualifiers are deadlift, yoke, axle overhead, and Husafel sandbag carry. And that will change year to year, but the events will stay the same in each state to keep it as fair as possible. Well, I've told you what it is. That's fine. I'll just tell you the ways.
Might be 2 separate.
We have Tammy. She's about to attempt 112 and a half kilos. And a successful lift. Next weight on the bar will be 35. Would you like
120.
135.
All right. Second attempt for Nikki Steen. 135 kilos on the bar. All right, she is going with the mixed grip. It is moving. Rocks it out. Straight left, straight right, Nikki. 2 from 2 so far.
140.
So classic lifting format for the deadlifts today. Then we switch things up. We have a max yoke with a twist. Here we go. Sarah Burns, 150 kilos on the bar. All right, she is strapping. Last lift looked very easy. Fingers off the floor. Strong. Easy lift. Great work, Sarah. All right, our next lifter with 162 and a half kilos.
Is that right? 162?
167.
162 and a half. Until 2 seconds ago, it was going to be 160.
We have 162 and a half kilos on the bar. Selena competes as a 57 kilo athlete when that division is available. 64 today. Strong off the deck. Ramps it up. Easy work. Well done, Lena. So she will be followed by Tanita, who is going for 167.5 kilos.
67.5.
All right, Tanita's approached the bar, strapping in. Good, great speed off the floor. Easy. Right well.
What about 167 and a half? Yeah, this is. Wait a second.
170. What would you like?
170 on the ground.
All right. John Berry is our next lifter. 170 kilos for him. All right. All right, Jono's strapped in, decked out in all the goodies from Cerberus.
Let's go, Jono.
Oh, very easy work. Looks like he's about to do a power clean. Jono might need to put some weight on the bar.
Oh, no, I didn't that.
Two.
To a set.
It's okay.
Yep.
Just a thing.
Our next lifter is Donna McKenzie, 192.5 kilos on the bar. Donna's strapped in. It's off the floor. Clears the knee. Reset. Strong finish. Fantastic lift. What would you like?
225? Yes.
10 on. 10 and a half.
Yeah, and then 270. Ben Kleinberg approaching the bar, 225 kilos for his second attempt. So divisions, but they compete from lightest to heaviest. So you may see whether it's men following women or women following men, weight division, lightweight, then open, or open, then lightweight. Nice pink socks for Ben. Easy breath, easy lift. Great work. Next lifter will be Jackson Dudder, 270 kilos after his 260 opener. So our next destination for Strongmania will be in Tasmania at Leviathan Strength in 2 weeks' time. So 2 weeks today. So if you are signed up for that one, you can sign up. Go to strongmania.com.au. All right. Wheels it in. Strong break, gets it above the mixing. Shit. Good down. Good left. 270. Great work, Jackson. Oh, great lift for Jackson. So our lift of this round will be 310 kilos for Daniel Brighthope, which will be for he's raw dogging. So again, you can wear a suit if you want to. Some choose not to. Definitely makes it a bit easier getting that weight off the floor. So 310 kilos for Daniel.
Let's go.
Good. Nice. Great. Well done. So that concludes round two. We have our final of deadlifts coming up.
Got 320.
I've got two rings for you.
Um, 7
And call it, sorry.
So we on to our third and final round. So today will be a quick day. The whole format of Strongmania is to have a quick competition. So fun. See, we could see some wild get up. Yet to see anything too wild. So fast paced show. And here we go. Our third attempt. We have Tammy. And Tammy is about to go with 120 kilos. She gets it. 120 kilos. Had successful lifts so far. So the next lifter will be Nicky with 140 kilos. All right. Third attempt for Nicky. Lifts have looked strong so far today. So you'll see lots of lifters wearing straps. That just takes grip out of the equation. Nicky is going with the mixed grip. The gravity is turned up a little too high. All right, her best lift of the day, 135. So next lifter will be Sarah Burns with 162.5. 162. 162 for Sarah. She was successful with 150 kilos on her previous attempt. Approaches the bar with some intensity. Strapping in. Just lifting the bar around as she goes to start. So again, the key with the deadlift is trying to keep the bar close to the leg and push the world away. Oh, just a little bit too heavy for her today. So she finishes with the best of 150 kilos. Our next lifter will be Lou with 170 kilos. 2 from 2. Successful at 162.5 kilos. An extra 7.5 kilos.
Oh, actually, might try to. May as well. We're going 10.
All right, here we go. Rise off the floor. Gets it above the knee. Resets. Good lift. Yeah, done. Fantastic lift for Lena. She looks very pleased. She will be followed by Tanita with 172.5 kilos on the bar.
On the bar.
All right, she is strapping in, pulls the slack out, big drive, the deck above the knee. Nice clean lift. Yeah. And that is a new PB for Tanita, 172 kilos. Next lifter is Donna McKenzie. She is going to have 200 kilos on the. Was successful at 192.5, so a 7.5 kilo jump and a big lift.
Oh, you're right. Crank that bell.
Donna approaches the bar. 200 kilos. Big breath, big drive. It breaks the deck. Yeah. It's fantastic work. Reset. What about? Amazing. 200 for Donna. So, 150. So we've got 215 for Jono. All right, third and final attempt for John. A big jump, 51.70 and now 215. They have looked like warm up so far. Oh, wow. John to actually put some weight on and finish his warm ups next time round. Easy for John. We're going to Benjamin Klein with 245 on his third and final attempt. He was successful with 225. Let's see how he goes with 245. Last look looks easy, so he should be good for it. So the deadlift used to be called the health lift because people would use it for because it was good for you basically if you did it well, and obviously changed to a deadlift because it comes from a dead stop, not because you wish you were dead for doing it. All right. Benjamin Kleinberg is strapped in. The awkward part of wheeling yourself into the bar with your deadlift suit on. What it lacks in comfort, it makes up for with power off the floor. Let's go, Jono. Breaks the deck easy. Strong for John. For Benjamin. Benjamin, 245 kilos. Easy work. All right, 2 lifters to go. We have Jackson going with 280 after successful attempt at 260 and 270 kilos. Then he'll be followed by Daniel Brighthart, which will conclude the deadlifts for today. 280. So Jackson had a great battle with 270, taking a pretty big jump for this third. 280 kilos for Jackson. All right, sets himself up. Breath. Pulls it in. Drains. Great spin the floor. Sticking just below the knee. And probably a couple of kilos just too heavy today. He looks like he's keen to have another stab. So close to getting it above his knee. Let's see if he can reset and get it done. Let's go, Jackson. No, just cooked today. Great effort. So 270 kilos best lift for Jackson today. To 320 kilos for the final lift of the round.
I got this on my nail. Right.
90. 3. Oh, no. 290.
All right, 320 kilos is loaded on the back. Daniel looks quite jolly as he approaches the bar. No range required. So he's lifting. Final lifter for the deadlifts.
Let's go. Big boy.
And one is glued down today. He's not done yet though. So he's banked a PB with 310 already today. Wants a little extra. See if we can turn the gravity off and rip it off the floor. Big dry. But that is not much into the best lift of 310 for Daniel. Fantastic work. So that concludes the deadlift. Back shortly, so they have a 10 to 15 for the athletes for yoke. Today is it's mixed yoke with a twist. So they normally their starting attempt. They need to complete a successful 10 meters with a drop. Reduce weight depending on that. That's the most weight lifted within the 90-second time limit. That will be the winner or score the most points in their respective divisions. So, massive thank you to our sponsors, Cerberus sponsoring the show. They're a premier sponsor, and also Protego Finance, a major sponsor. So thank you to those guys. We'll take a short break, and then we return in 10 to 15 minutes to kick off the yoke with a twist.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Look at the score sheets from the deadlift if you want to see who lifted
Who
what
will
and
take the
placed
title?
where. And again, we'll be back shortly for the yoke.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title? So, still a little way away from kicking off Max Yoke with a twist. You are watching Ben Weinberg in the warm trying to tear his ACL doing some yoke spins. All right, I've just pinged my mic across the floor, which go me. So, Max Yoke with a twist coming up shortly. So, if we have a look at the script from before, we had Lee hit a 170 kilos, Tanita with a PB, 172 and a half kilos, Don McKenzie with a huge 200 kilos, Sarah Burns, 150 kilos, Nikki Duckstein with 135, Tammy with 120, and then with the John Bell with 215, very easy, Benjamin Klein with 245 kilos, Jackson Dado with 270, and Daniel Brighthope with 310. So we have different divisions competing, as you can see, some in the 64s, some in the 73s, and some of the three girls in the 82s. And in the men's, we have a 105 fest today. So battle of those for the podium places. Today, get the Strongmania medals. Again, the top places go through to Strongmania final, which will be in Adelaide, December 12 and 13, for their chance to win some cash prizes and the Strongmania championship belt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania! Who will take the title?
All right, so we are getting close to kicking off the mixed yoke with a twist. So they're still warming up at the moment. We Tammy kicking things off with 135 kilos to start, followed by Sarah with 150. Then Tanita will open at 190, Lena at 200, and Donna McKenzie at 240 kilos. The John Bader is going to open, I believe, his first attempt on a yoke ever at 150, and then Benjamin Kleinberg with 260, Jackson Dado with 300, and Daniel Bright with a whopping 370 kilos. So we are getting close to kicking off the max yoke with a twist. So Strongmania, what did create this show and what is the point? So it was created to give athletes the opportunity to participate in something cool. So Strongmania, the name between strongman and like wrestling. So wanted to be a little bit over the top. So early days, but it will get progressively more extravagant, hopefully. So then we'll lead to a final where we will have records, lasers, etc., and try and make it a bit more of a focus. So to grow the sport, athletes need to be able to start with an easy barrier of entry, whereas often strongman has been quite difficult to enter. So this way, the athlete gets to choose the weight. So you could be sitting at home watching this today, going, "Oh, I'd like to be able to do that, but I don't think I'm strong enough." Whereas the reality is, you can, and you are. You just choose weights that you can handle. So we're quite fortunate to have places in every state where you can train. So if you are watching and want to be a part of it, feel free to reach out to us. Either Instagram, give us a message, follow Strongmania Pro, give us a message on our website, strongmania.com.au, and you can begin your journey. So for Strongmania, we have 4 standard events for this year that are the same in each state, trying to keep it as fair as possible with the equipment. And the top placing athletes from each state will qualify for the final. That final will be in Adelaide. So if you're looking for the state dates, go to the website, strongmania.com.au. Select your state is by clicking the state button, and you'll be able to register. So you need to be a member of Strongmania and then enter your state show. Shows coming up, we have Tasmania coming up at Leviathan Strength 2 weeks today. We have Adelaide at Strengthworks on the 2nd of August. And then we have Queensland on the 9th of August. And we have New South Wales on the 13th of September. So, again, if you want to sign up to those, if you're interested, go to the site and book your spot today. Things are progressing, the yokes are about to be loaded. So, for this event, you need to go 10 meters unbroken to lodge a score. Athletes nominate their opening attempt, and then they can add weight. They have 90 seconds to reach a maximum, and the heaviest yoke weight recorded for 10 successful meters without a drop is a successful score. So this one isn't so
Being strong is a little bit of strategy. If you open too heavy, you're not going to place a score. You also need some endurance because you may be doing multiple runs, 2 or 3 attempts potentially. So the yoke started off as a bit more of an agricultural lift where the farmers would have the yoke across their back to move things along the farm. But they're not probably as useful day to day. It's a showman piece to show what can be done.
There we go. That would be
So isn't the best. Not sure to improve the audio. So apologies for that. It's bad enough you have to listen to my voice at all. The audio isn't that great. So this is actually our first official live stream. So bear with us if we are not hearing it. And we are learning the tricks as we fly at the moment. So the yoke has been.
Yeah. Just one.
So you understand? Get to the other end, unbroken, then you can load up if you want.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Tammy about to kick things off. So Tammy's in the 64 kilo division, which means she weighed in at 64 or less yesterday. Strongman, we traditionally have 24-hour weigh-ins, so the athlete can cut weight, then rehydrate and come in a lot bigger and heavier. So 135 kilos. She wedges herself under the yoke, brake, gets clearance, and off she goes. So the key to a good yoke, you want to keep the cross beam over your shoulders, your hips, and your feet so that center of gravity is consistent without having to fight the pendulum. She breaks it across the line. That is a successful run at 135 kilos. She now can add whatever weight she chooses to increase her score. I'm no mathematician, but it looks like she's added another 5 kilos, and she will go again. It looked pretty smooth and easy for the first run. I imagine she could have taken a bigger jump. Strong brake, and steady she goes. So Tammy had basically signed up to this gym recently, and within the week of signing up to the gym, decided to sign up for the competition, which is just proof to show that anybody can do this with a huge amount of training. Tammy, another successful lift. So she's come in with, not a huge amount of experience and just jumped in the deep end and had a go in competition. So go, Tammy. Time is ticking. She's going to go to get to the. I'm not sure she's going to get there. She's going to run the time, but that's the effort. I'm telling you, great work. So we will get that yoke reset back to the start line, and then we will set weight for next athlete. So the next athlete, Sarah, she's going to kick things off with 150 kilos for her start. So you may see some athletes will start conservatively, get a score on the board, and then take more aggressive jumps to get things to their sort of max weights. So again, thanks to our sponsors. So if you are looking for finance for any big purchases, be that houses, cars, whatever, reach out to Protego Finance, one of our sponsors. You'll be able to find those easily online and see if you can source yourself a loan. If you are looking for anything strength related, reach out to cerberus-strength.com.au and you can purchase all your strength goodies there. Speaking of which, we have Sarah decked out in grip strap, knee sleeves, and back support belt. I think we've got to have a yoke pin height change. All right, great work. So again, athletes need to check their heights before starting in case there has been a whoopsie by the help. That has been fixed. Sarah is ready to kick things off. 150 kilos on the yoke, easy break, taken off with great speed. So that is a very easy overnight attempt. She is on the board with 150. What will she jump to for her next run? So is of the three girls in the 82 kilo division battling it out today. She has added another 20 kilos. That'll be 170 kilos. Just catching her breath and composing herself. This one looks easy. I would be quite confident this will be fairly easy too. I'm successful with 170 kilos. Still time on the clock if she wants to go a little heavier. There's another 10. So this will be 180 kilos. Strong break. Good. Keeping that yoke balanced. And across the line, there's 180 kilos. Great work. So 180 kilos for Sarah. Fantastic work. So we now will strip that back down and we will have 160 kilos set on the yoke for Nikki Duckstein for her yoke attempt. So we will have Nikki up next, then she will be followed by Tanita, then Lena, and then Donna McKenzie. So we mentioned earlier that we have a few athletes that are heading over to Scotland for natural roads. So we ran the qualifier for that early this year in Queensland, and we've ran qualifiers for that for the last 3 or 4 years. So we have a bunch of athletes. So we have Lena, Tanita, Donna, and Daniel Bright, all heading over there in August to battle it out for the World Championship of Natural Strongman. So Natural Strongman is a tested federation where you are not allowed to use any performance enhancements, whereas generally Strongman is a bit of a free-for-all, so they don't tend to test those things. So we have John Bell, our next athlete, starting with 150 kilos. He has not done a yoke before, so a bit of a baptism of fire for Jono. As the can be quite daunting. It is quite strange having a crushing weight on your back. So easy start for John. 150 was easy. Now he's got to play the maths game of what he's going to add. He's going with a... So he's going to go 25 each corner. That'll increase it by 50 kilos. Oh, he's taking 20 off, sorry. So it'll be a 30 kilo increase. 180 kilos for John. Off he goes. Easy break. Smooth steps. So props to John coming out today. Something he's never tried before and doing very well. Yeah. Crossing the line for successful with 180. Still got some time on the clock. No extra points for doing the distance with the same weight. So he's going to add some extra weight. Another 10 kilos. 20 kilos for John. He's got to go pretty quick because time is running out. So stated before, there's a 90-second time limit to get your max weight for the 10-meter distance. The conundrum is doing in the time. He's going to run out of time.
Well done, 190.
All right, so he was successful with that over the line. 190 kilos for Jono. So followed by Tanita. Oh, no, sorry, with followed by Nikki with 160 kilos.
Especially that was 190. You could probably
So the ladies probably have the hardest job of the day. Often people think lifting would be the hard part, and it can be, but it tends to be for a very small duration of time. So if you've got 4 events, you might be working for 5 minutes total, whereas the loaders have to move a lot of weight over the duration of the day. It shouldn't be too big a day today because it's going to be quite a fast show. Wrapped up well within 3 hours. They will move a lot of weight over the course of the day. So we have Nikki, 160 kilos, set on the yoke. Wedged in under. Strong break. Off she goes. Good, smooth. So the yoke is a bit more of a waddle than a walk to try and keep things balanced. It's a bit more of a shuffle, but a speed shuffle. So she gets over there, 10 meters done, 160 kilos on the board, and now she will add some extra weight. So it looks like we're going to take another 10 kilo jump. That'll take it up to 170 kilos. And she has 60 seconds still on the clock. Plenty of time to get another run or two done. Again, strong break. Steady steps. Fair bit of strain, but she's going well. It's the fun, pushing for the line and not taking the drop. Feels good. So sometimes in the event, it's a timed race. This one, it's broken that we're aiming for. So 170 kilos on the board for Nikki. To 190 kilos for Tanita. And she will have 190 for her opening weight. So the team are just going to load that up, and we will have Tanita coming out. All right, so 190 kilos. You can see that my partner in crime, Camilla, strongest woman. So currently world's strongest woman in the tested and world's strongest woman in the untested. First to hold both simultaneously, I believe. All right, Tanita has 190 kilos on her back. Good, strong break, smooth steps, traveling well. Approaching that finish line, and she is good. 190 kilos. So if you've not done one of these, yes, it is quite savage. The weight is bearing down on your spine, feeling like it crushes it, whilst you try and fight the weight on the bar and gravity. You're also trying to move smoothly. So ideally, you create tension in the upper body, push the yoke to stabilize it, and then smooth steps. I like to get it done as quick as possible, so I suffer for as little time as possible. All right, she sets herself up. She's added another 20 kilos. Off she goes. Strong break, smooth steps. Slow and steady for this one. Good. She's over halfway. Approaching the finish line. Good speed. And she's over. Great work. Oh, that's it. She's had enough of that. Successful with 210. 210 kilos for Tanita. Fantastic effort. So we have 200 kilos is going to be the starting. And then she will be followed by Anna Mackenzie. That will conclude the women for today in the yoke. So 200 for Lena, a very heavy weight, especially for her body weight. So approaching the 4 times body weight, which is very, very heavy.
Mine's a 273.
Right. So you'll see the yoke height changes based on how tall the athlete is. So they don't have to tippy toe if it's tall or squat most of the weight up if they are short. So the trick with the height is you want to obviously have as little height to break as possible whilst not clipping the floor because that makes the run difficult. All right, Lena wedging in 200 kilos on the yoke. Strong break. Plenty of clearance, smooth steps. She is looking good. All right, she is on the board, 200 down. What will she do for her next attempt? All right, looks like a 5 and a 2.5. So we might be having a 15 kilo jump. All right, so this will be 215 kilos. She has just over 30 seconds to get this done. Let's see how she goes. Strong break. She is off. Oh. No, I think she's had enough of that. Today. Thank you very much. Great effort. So 200 for her final score. To 240 kilos for Donna Mackenzie. So 240 kilos is a pretty heavy yoke. So basically a triple bodyweight yoke to kick things off for Donna. I do believe her best yoke is 285 kilos from memory from their stats. All right, just setting up the yoke. Donna is a true athlete, so that will need to go up fairly high. So massive thanks to Ben and the crew at Industrial Strength today for hosting us. It was an incredible gym, a fantastic old school weight training spot out the back, and we are in this extra room for us to run a competition here today. But yes, the gym is open. We have an open day. Delicious meats outside being cooked. So if you're in the area, come on in, have a look and get a feed. All right, Donna is underway, 240 kilos, broken, strong, smooth steps. She is cruising along beautifully. Oh, easy 241. What will she do for the main event? What? He is throwing on 15, so that's going to take things up to 270. So you can see there's a little strategy. So she has crossed the line by about a foot, and now she will have to travel an extra foot to get over the other line. So she has 270 kilos on the yoke. Let's see if she can make it as smooth as the last run. Strong break. Good. So now she will either pull it back to the starting line, what she's doing. Was that a strategic reset? So she still has over 30 seconds on the clock. Let's see if she can get it done. All right. Good. She is off. Good. This is seriously heavyweight, 270 kilos. She was halfway. Good. Still looking strong. Couple of meters away. Can she get over it? Unfortunately, she ran out of time. So, great run. Unfortunately, the clock. So, 240 kilos will be her best score. Even though she finished the run with the 270 kilos. With Benjamin Klein, 260 kilos. Jackson with 273. And then Daniel with a whopping 370 kilos for his opening run. 260.
Yes.
So Ben is looking ready, about to get his belt on for 260 kilos of joy. So as stated, often the yoke is a speed event, trying to cover the distance in the shortest period of time. Drops can be allowed, but in this format, it's making sure you hit an unbroken run. So it's that gamble of how heavy to start, wanting to get on the board and not exhaust yourself. So not only is it physically tiring, but if you don't succeed in a lift, it can be really mentally tiring. And that doubt can creep in and make things a lot tougher. So the main option is to get one on the board easily and then add some weight for the next run. All right, Benjamin is under the yoke. He has broken it and off he goes. Looking pretty solid, smooth little shuffle. Nicely. The line is in sight, is over and good. So 260 kilos on the board for Ben. Jump up to for his next run. Looks like he's going to take a 20 kilo jump at least with a 10 on each corner. So again, you don't have to load every corner. You can just offset two. That will balance out the weight. All right, that will take him up to 280 kilos.
15 seconds on the clock.
He has plenty of time on the clock. Shaking out his legs.
45.
He's decked out again in plenty of Cerberus goodies. I may get myself a Cerberus wetsuit to cover all my body, whereas he's in just the neoprene short to keep his thighs warm. All right, 280, let's go. He breaks it, steadies the ship. It's swinging a little bit. Can he smooth it out? He has taken out the turbulence and off he goes now, looking good. Speedy little water. Approaching the line, and he is over good. 280 kilos for Ben.
I'm going to drop mine to 220 again. Is that okay?
I don't know that it is because we run
I'll
through
just take
order.
it off if I can.
You can do that.
Yes.
2.5. It's a 280 kilos. So we have two athletes to go for the yoke. That will be Jackson and then Daniel Brett. Once we finish the yoke, we'll have another 10 or 15 minute warm and go. 270. Okay. Yeah, 2.5. So, so that will be followed by the axle. So the axle is a max axle, but again, a little different. You have a 2-minute time frame to hit a max weight. So you will choose your opening weight. and you can as many lifts as you wish within the 2-minute time limit, and max weight lifted will be the best score. Jackson, 270 kilos, strong break. He goes, looking strong. Leisurely Sunday stroll. It is a Sunday after all. Over he goes. So 270 kilo is on the board. He's in 10 kilos behind. So if he throws on 10, this will put him ahead of Benjamin. So these guys are in the 105 division today. We have 4 of them vying for places. So this is 290 kilos. If successful with this, that'll put him into the lead for now. And it looks very good. Over he goes. And successful for Jackson. Is he? So 290 for Jackson. To some serious weight with 370 kilos. Daniel Bryant. All right, so last lifter of the day, a very heavy yoke. So you can see that is Taz. Probably should be competing today, but he is a warrior and is not, but he gets to lift all the weights, helping us out instead. There's a lot of red plates for Daniel. Again, looking very jolly as he approaches this. Would be looking at this jelly having to lift 370 kilos on the yoke. So a big test of will and leg strength and spanning realistically the yoke. It is a tough one. That said, definitely one of my favorite events for that reason, because most people dislike it. I think we have got the yoke height set. Daniel is wedging under, just sussing out that the height is correct. The brake looked easy. He's going down one to make sure he has clearance when he's moving. All right. Yoke run. Daniel, 370 kilos. Let's get it. Strong break. 2 goes. Good. Looking strong. He's over halfway. That is not what he wanted. Comes some weight and he needs to go back to the start line. So one is obviously you still have to move the weight and you've got all that fatigue. So now he needs to post a score.
What's that, 340?
So he stripped it down. There's 330. He's going to change it to 350. So what makes this tricky is he's just done most of the 370. Now he needs to do another full run. Let's see how he goes. Strong break. Little shaky, but he's off. Doing well. Gotta get it all across the line. Legs are shaking. He needs to battle all day. He's fighting hard. A very strategy. Successful. 350 kilos. And I do not imagine he wants to do another one. So that will conclude the yoke for now. 10 to 15 minutes with the axle overhead. So stay tuned. Come back in 10 or 15. We're going to run some ads and we will be back shortly. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Athletes things off with the axle overhead shortly. So before we do, let's have a look at the score sheet from, oh, hang on, from the yoke. So if you look at the yoke, had successful lift for Tammy with 140 kilos. We had Nikki Duckstein with 170 kilos, Sarah Burns with 180 kilos, Lena with 200 kilos, Tanita with 210 kilos, and Donna McKenzie with 240 kilos. John Bailey with 190 kilos. We had Benjamin Kleinberg with 280 kilos, just tripping him by 10 kilos. Jackson Dado with 290, and Daniel Breyer with 350 kilos after the bit of a meltdown with the 370 kilos. So max axle overhead is our next event. Axle are thicker than the average barbell, and they don't have bearings, so they do not rotate as easily. So we allow basically anything goes overhead as long as it's from the front rack, so no lifting from behind the neck, but otherwise anyhow overheads. So as we can see in the warm-up, we've got some split jerks going on. So you may see people strict press, you may see people push press, may see them power jerk, may see them split jerk. Likely to see a squat jerk, but you never know. So in terms of nominated weights, we have Tammy kicking things off with 33 kilos. There's Ricky Buckstein with 43. And then we will have Sarah Burns kicking off at 55, Tanita 65, Lena 67.5, and Donna McKenzie with 75 kilos. In the men's, we'll have Benjamin Kleinberg kicking off with 80, John Barry with 82.5. Then we'll have Daniel Brighthart with 105 and Jackson Dado with 110 kilos. So not too long, and kick things off for the axle. I think we've got about 5 minutes until we kick that off. So, at home and thinking you would like to be a part of this, a state qualifier approaching. If you don't, we will also have other shows happening in states that are not qualifiers for nationals. So the page to stay tuned to that, the Instagram page, Strongmania Pro, or our website, strongmania.com.au. So in 2 weeks' time, we have a show at Leviathan Strength in Tasmania. And then on the 2nd of August, we have a show in Adelaide at Strengthworks. The week after that, on the 9th of August, we have our Queensland qualifier at CrossFit EFX. And then September 13 at Jungle Botany in New South Wales, we have a qualifier there. So stay tuned. This will be another year for Strongmania in Australia. So next year, we have more states keen to get on board. So we will have more locations offering state qualifiers, and we may also have the regional areas offering competitions so people can start strongman sooner, and the state qualifiers will lead to the national qualifier. Those competing at nationals this year are vying to win a championship belt. So sort of like you see in promotional material, that big gnarly looking Strongmania belt. Each division champion will win one of those, some prize money. So again, to qualify for that, you need to do a state qualifier. If you've already listed a state, so we had the Northern Territory already, you can travel to another state, and we already have some who didn't compete in the NT, came and watched, and then thought, oh, how cool it would have been to compete. So they're going to travel along and do a qualifier soon. So again, if you have any questions, reach out to us.
Yeah.
I'm Carl Sherry, so feel free to message me personally or on the Strongmania page. And my partner in crime is Camilla, and you can find her on Instagram under World's Strongest Woman and General Superstar, or just message the Strongmania page. A couple of minutes away from kicking off the Max Axel overhead. So a huge thank you to our sponsors, Protego Finance. So if you are looking for a loan, reach out to those guys. They will take good care of you. And our main sponsor, Cerberus Australia, for all your strength needs. Go to cerberus-strength.com.au. Well looked after. So we're halfway through the show. We are about to kick off the overhead, and then we will finish with Husafel carry, which again is a little bit an interesting one with max weight for max distance. So you get your choice of bags between 60 and 160 kilos, and carry that as far as possible. So we have Tammy for max axle. She will have 2 minutes to lift as heavy a weight as possible in that time zone. So double overhand, straight, double overhand, incredible. Just needs to get the press. Get a drop. And good lift. All right. She is on the 32.5 kilos done. Oh, she's going to add a little weight. She actually times her dip on the press. She will do that a lot easier. So it isn't just about being strong, it's also being efficient. So just getting that timing slightly in sync, and that weight will launch overhead a lot easier. The clean is very strong. The double overhead is necessarily a sufficient way to get the bar overhead, but it's working for Tammy. So again, narrow, double overhand. She can use the belt. This will make it a lot easier. She was set, and she timed her dip and drive. Better drive, not quite there. Oof. Oh, great effort though. So successful 32 and a half. All right, so that will take us to our next lifter, which will be Nikki, and she will have 42 and a half kilos. So you will see a whole mixture of ways to clean the bar and a whole mixture of ways to press the bar. So one of the reasons we have the same events in every state is so everybody has to qualify through the same process. Even if you have different events, it's not a bad thing, but it means you might be able to go to a show that doesn't have any of your weaknesses in and go qualify there. And we just want to keep it as consistent as possible so everybody is in the same boat for that qualifier.
Deadly flat out.
Who needs a jack when you've got Taz to hold the bar?
42.5.
All right, the bar is loaded and Nikki is about to kick things off. So 2 minutes to hit a max weight. Again, with ideal attempts, the first one will be very easy. Get on the board to make sure you score some points and then add some weight and kick on. Mixed grip up to the belt. Pops it up into the rack. Easy push. So, successful lift. We are on the board. Plenty of time. So the athletes have to load their own weights. Again, the onus is on the athlete and most of the events here. So there's little intervention from human as possible. So that way, there's less margin. Sorry, there is less margin for error. So we don't want to have loading errors from the help. We want the athletes to do that themselves. It also keeps it a fast-paced show and uses a bit of strategy with the attempt selection. So if the athletes are close on attempts, it'll be who's willing to risk it for the biscuit, so to speak. All right, up to the rack position for Nikki. Drive, very close. Have another stab. She's got plenty of time on the clock. Yeah. Painfully close. All right, she's still got time. She may take a little break. Plenty of time to have a breather, compose, and see if she can time this right. Still has over 30 seconds left. Plenty of time for a successful attempt. The clean's very easy. Now she just needs a big drive and to punch the sky. Plenty of grit. Nope. So there. I think she's going to bank the 42 and a half she opened on. All right, that wraps things up for Nikki. We will now move along to Sarah Burns, and she's going to have 55 kilos to start with. So again, depending on how you press, it can be very shoulder and tricep heavy for a press. If you are efficient at using your legs, you can get a ton out of your leg drive and basically use that for the majority of the lift. So whether that's a split or a power jerk, lots of leg drive, some level change and get under the bar. Or again, if you're a bit more of a brute, lean back, press the thing to the sky. So not only is the axle thick, it is also solid, so it doesn't get any width, unlike a Olympic bar you would see in a weightlifting competition. So here we go. Sarah Burns, 55 kilos on the bar, 2 minutes to post the heaviest weight she can. Strong pick, easy clean, nice little power work, looked very, very easy. So on the board, what can she add? Looks like she's going to take a 2.5 kilo jump, which will be 57.5 kilos. All right, collars are on. She is ready. 57.5 kilos for Sarah Burns. Above the belt, easy into the rack. Strong press this time. So going with the push press, plenty of time to add some weight. Halfway through a lot of time. I imagine she will now take another 2.5 kilo jump. That'll be 60 kilos. So it's not all just brawn. They have to do a little bit of maths with this as well. Whereas usually dart players and people who lift weights are quite good at maths because they have to do it. Let's go. 60 kilos for Sarah. Easy above the belt. Easy into the rack. Oh, good work. Strong work. Well done, Sarah. 60 kilos. Fantastic effort.
Excellent work.
All right, our next weight will be 65 kilos for Tanita Northcott. So we got 3 girls left. 3 have already gone. We had Tammy with 32.5, Nikki with 42.5, and Sarah with 60 kilos. We will now have Tanita starting at 65, followed by Lena with 67.5, and then Donna McKenzie with 75 kilos.
All right, bar is loaded, 65.
Tanita approaching the bar, 65 kilos. Let's go. See, she's got those super shiny golden Lu Xiaojun shoes. Oh, easy jerk. Great recovery. Fantastic lift. So that's a split jerk. As I said, you'll see a array of lifts today. So don't think we've seen a strict press, at least not intentionally. Some push presses, power jerk, and now some split jerk. Realistically, for a female, probably for regardless of gender, but definitely for a girl, I would be learning to split jerk as early as possible, just because they don't have the shoulders generally, and especially if they are not enhanced. So great split jerk on the board, 65 kilos. Let's see how this one goes. Good thigh contact, getting it above the belt, in the rack. Some drive, not as much level change there on the split. Running the time on the clock though, if she wants to have another stab. Getting a groove on mid lift. All right, time enough to have another go. Into the rack. Needs big drive. Not quite today. All right, 65 kilos for Tanita. And we will be 67.5 for Lena. So put in perspective, that's body weight plus overhead, which is a lot for most people. So All right, 67.5 kilos for Lena. 2 minutes to see what she can manage. All right, gets it above the belt. In the rack. And she's going to strip it back a little bit. Take it back to 65 and get on the board. Good plan. Post a lift, get a score, and then if confident, can always add some more weight. Plenty of time. All right. On the belt. Into the rack. Big drive. All right. She gets successful lift with 65 kilos. She's now on the board and has time to see if she can hit that 67 she attempted just before. I think she's talking some smack to her partner, Taz. All right. Back up to 67.5 kilos. All right, 30 seconds on the clock for Lena. One good attempt. Strong clean and big drive. Let's go. All right, onto the belt. Into the rack. Let's go. Big drive and send it. Come on. Oh, not quite there today. All right, 65 for Lena. All right, that means our final athlete for the ladies will be Donna McKenzie, and she will be kicking it off with 75 kilos to the match, and we'll have Benjamin Kleinberg kicking it off with 80, followed by John Barry on 82. Daniel Bright on 105, and Jackson Datto with 110. So, as you can see in the videos, we have Camilla and Ben both wearing Strongmania t-shirts with the championship strap across their shoulder. That is what people want to win the actual strap. If you like those shirts and you would like one, give us a message and we will see if we will make those available to the public. We have 75 kilos on the for Donna McKenzie. 2 minutes to see what she can do. All right, gets it onto her belt. That nice Pioneer Cross Cerberus belt. Oh, beautiful job. Fantastic lift from Donna. All right, on the board 75, what will she go through now? It looks like 200. That'll take it to 80 kilos. And again, that is in the bodyweight realm, which is a big lift. All right, 80 kilos on the bar for Donna. Plenty of time to get it done. Let's get it. Looking for a strong clean. Good, gets it above the belt, into the rack. Oh, yes, wedges in, gets it down. 80 kilos for Donna. She looks in two minds. No, she's going to add some more. I think they're 125s. Take it up to 82.5 kilos, and she'll have time for one more attempt. So with the 2 minute time, and realistically, you've got 3 good attempts there, unless you're super, super fast at loading. But yeah, enough time for 3 good attempts. Here we go. 82.5 kilos of the belt into the rack. Big breath, big drive. That's the effort. All right, she'll record 80 kilos. Fantastic effort, Donna.
Yeah.
It will be 80 kilos on the bar next. That's 8 kilos. 2.5 off. So yeah, the 125s will come off. The kilograms off with 80 kilos. So again, in the fives today, each other and battling it out for the podium spots. Halfway through the show, so plenty of time to mix things up and change the points. At the moment, we have Daniel Brighthope leading the way. I believe he's followed by Jackson. So let's see. And both Jono and Benjamin starting with similar weights with 80 and 82. So this should be a good battle. 80 kilos. Double over to the easy into the rack. Oh, wow. That looked very easy. So on the what will he add? That looked like a warm-up. I think he could probably add more. But he's going to go with a 5 kilo jump to take it up to 85. That will at least put him ahead of Jono's opener, 82.5. All right, plenty of time on the clock. Sticking with the double overhand off the deck. Easy into the rack. Little dip, easy press. Let me more there. Put on. Being quite conservative with his attempts. So we're going to take another jump. This will take it to 90 kilos, I believe. He's halfway through his time. There's a minute left on the clock. As a bit, I would say he should smoke this one. The last attempt looked very easy. So unless he's wildly gassed, there's no reason he shouldn't hit this one. But as you start to put these plates on and the collars on, it does chew through your time a little bit. So he's going to have about 30 seconds left, I imagine, by the time he gets to the bar. He's dawdling with his belt. Hopefully he has enough time to get it done. All right, 30 seconds on the clock. Let's get it.
Go.
Sticking with the double overhand off the deck. Easily above his belt. Easy in the rack.
Big drive.
And successful effort. All right. 90 kilos for Ben. He's in the driving seat. All right, he'll be followed by John Bay. He's going to kick it off with 82.5 kilos. So if you're watching this one, you can obviously leave comments. What events would you like to see in the final? Some competitions where you get to do your best intro. So basically record a live video doing your intro as you would like a WWE segment or similar. John's actually decked out with a bit of a star with his sunnies on and the bandana. Yeah, he's on the ball. 2.5 kilos for Jono. Will he take his jump straight away to try and beat the 90? Looks like he might. No, if he hits this, he's going to tie, actually. That'll be 90 and 90. So that would put him even with Benjamin. Well, it will now because he'd left the 125 on the inside. So that would have put him ahead of Ben. Now he will tie if successful with this lift. He does have time for another attempt, though. Let's go. Easy pick above his belt. In the rack. Big drive. Strong press. Lock it out. Down. He's still got time to add the 2.5 kilos, and that will put him ahead of Ben for this lift and make things a little closer in the overall. So Jono decked out in the goodies from Cerberus, sponsor of the show. If you want to deck yourself in some goodies, head over to cerberus-strength.com.au and get yourself kitted out. Jono, let's get it. Probably his last attempt with the time. Gets it above the belt. Into the rack. Big drive. Punch it home. Rise up. Just needs to lock it out and stay stable. Good. Nice hit for John. Pips Ben for points on this one. Great work. John. Next lifter.
95, yep.
So 105 will be Daniel Brightheart next. Athlete is Daniel Brightheart. So he deadlift with 310, had a massive yoke opener, and dropped it back and nailed 350. So he is lifter than an overhead lifter, which again, often good deadlifters aren't necessarily good pressers due to lifters. So let's see how he goes. Up to the belt, into the rack. What will we see? Will he strict press? Will he push press? Or will he split jerk? He has gone with a split. And he's on the 105. So that puts him into the lead for now. Jackson will open on 110. All right, he is going up to 110. Plenty of time on the clock. Let's see how he goes with this one. So you can see he's going with a switch grip start. That takes grip out of the equation. Some will use the belt as a catapult, like take a bounce and spring it up to the rack. Others will sit it there for a momentary rest and lift it up. Some that are larger and have a power belly can just lean it on that. Oh, but he's up to the rack. Big drive.
Let's go.
All right, 610 kilos. Great work. It's him and that. So 110 for Daniel, which will leave Jackson to overlap and see if he can lift more than that to take the event win.
We are loading.
So this will be the final max axle overhead. Jackson will be keen for 110 kilos. We will then take another 10 to 15 minute break. We will then have the Hustafel sandbag carry for distance. The athletes will choose a weight between 60 and 160 kilos and carry as far as they can. Obvious weight, it's a lighter weight as long as it's carried for a minimum of 10 meters, which is one length of the course. So this one, the Hustafel carry, they come down to being strong enough to get a pick, get it to the back, but then it's heart and guts to be tough about and get as much distance as you can. That has no time limit. So it's just who's willing to cover the greatest distance. To chase down a big score, it's very hard to go out first and post a huge score because you've got to go through the locker. So for Jackson Datto. Let's see how he goes. He's immediately going. So just want to get one sneaky lift in, lift more than Daniel and take the event win. Let's see. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. He's got to grab the belt. He's into the rack. Can he send him home? There we go. Got it. Take that easy though. He's going to actually put some more weight on going. So he's taking. What can he hit now? He still has the majority of his 2-minute time. So plenty of time to get it done. All right, let's see how it goes. I believe it's 120 kilos on the bar. Yep, 120 kilos on the bar. Let's see how he goes with this one. May need to really time his drive right on this one. This one was a little bit of a struggle to lock out. If he fixes up that timing issue, he may be good for this one. Getting his wrist wraps done there. Let's go. Gets it onto the belt. Oh, wrestles it into the rack position. Takes out 12 kilos. So we are going to take a short break. 15 minutes for our final event, the Husafel Sandbag distance.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Strongmania!
Who will take the title?
All right. So if we get to the score sheet, pretty tight. So we have in the 64 kilo division, we have in second place is Tammy. Currently leading that one is Lena. So they'll be battling it out for the shield carry. Then Tamika is solo in the 73s. And then the 82s, we have the three ladies battling it out. Currently in third place with 3 points, we have Nikki. In second place with 6 points, we have Sarah. And leading is Donna with 9 points in first place. And then we go to the we've got the finals. We currently have Daniel in front on 11 points, one ahead of Jackson on 10, and then we have Ben, one of John, and they're both having the same weight for the shield. So we will see who's that one. It's going to be like Donkey Kong. All right, so we're about to kick things off the shield carry. So first up, we have Tammy. She's going to kick things off with the 60 kilo Husafel shield. So as I stated earlier on today, they range from 60 kilos to 160 kilos. Yes, she wants to get as best purchase as she can, and she as fast as she can. There is no time. So basically going to conquer. The foot just has to break the line, and that is a successful run. So there's 20 meters in the break. There is 40 meters. Going. You can see she's working hard. 50 meters. There she goes. I'm guessing at about 58. She wasn't sure she got the 60 kilo bag at the start of the day. She did, and she posted a great score. I'm guessing 58 meters. So she will be followed by Sarah, also with the 60 kilo bag. So the 80 kilo bag, and then a couple of savages with a 100 kilo bag.
Timelines? Yeah.
57.8 meters for Tammy. Measurement was pretty good. Sarah, 60 kilos. So Sarah with 60 kilos. The athlete does have the option if they want to, so they nominate a weight bag. There is also the next bag up in weight if they decide they want to go heavier before they start. But once they've picked the bag up and they've started moving, they are committed to that weight bag.
Exactly.
All right. Easy pick for Sarah. Got it nice and high. That allows the legs to move without the bag hindering them. Miles clear of that one. 10 meters on the board. So to start with, this is quite easy. However, as it goes on, that weight sitting on your lungs and your legs on fire makes it pretty tricky to get the steps. But she's flying along so far. Good. So the athletes have the option, they can choose a heavier bag, but they must go 10 meters for that to supersede the lighter bag. Going well. So the final event of the day, this will really test the ticker.
Keep going.
Is willing to hurt the most. Good. From Sarah, she's having a glorious time. Oh, she's done that. Down it goes. 80 meters for Sarah. So now we will move on to 80 kilo bags. We have Nikki on 80 kilos. So they're going to give her the option of the 100 kilo bag. I don't know that she wants anything to do with the 100 kilo bag. But anyway, the three bags are there, 60, 80 and 100. In case she decides she doesn't like her life choices and wants to go heavier. So if you're after one of these bags or a whole set of these bags for yourself, go to cerberus-strength.com.au and you can get yourself a bargain. If you want to save some money on that order, use code CARL. They'll save you 10% top of the order. And if you buy a bulk set, they're discounted as well. So as stated before, every state has this event. We have state scores up on the website soon, so you'll be able to see how they've gone against each other in that state and also how they've gone overall in the country for their placings for the final. So Nikki's pulled that back so she's got room to tip it forward. 80 kilos. So basically body weight back, strong pick. Gets it onto her, getting those hands low, looking to get that bag high. Off she goes. Great work. So that is just dead weight in the hands. A brutal event. And she is doing fantastically well. All right, 20 meters on the board. Resets, adjust it. So this is a Husafel sandbag, basically an imitation of sorts of the Husafel stone in Iceland. I think that's about 186 kilos from memory. And you pick that up and have a pen there to go around. So it's significant if you can pick it up at all. And obviously more significant if you can move with it. But these are a great implement to train. Side of the sand is we don't damage the floor if it drops, unlike the metal shields, and they're also not as savage if they land on the body, not sharp. It's a great training tool. The only problem with them is filling them up with sand. That's a training session in itself. She's going gutsy inch by inch. Go feet, gutsy display. Trying to do a reset. The back is getting older. So this is going to be a tricky adjustment. Can she manage it? Fight. Epic. Fantastic effort from Nikki there. $34.94 for Nikki. Great effort. So we did say the orders can chop and change, whether it's lightest to heaviest in terms of in terms of minimum weight, but it can change. So we're going to have two of the lighter girls in. Donna McKenzie with 80 kilos is going to be up next, our final 82 kilo athlete. Shuri Fellow, 73 and 64 kilo athletes, choosing to go with the wildly heavy 100 kilo bag. I think Donna may have changed her mind and might be going for the 100 actually. I think she has. Donna has decided to give the 100 a spoon. So the athlete can try the heavier bag before they break the line. And then if they decide they don't want to, obviously they don't cross the line, they can change bag. Once they break that line with the bag, they're committed to the bag they have chosen. So she has got it to get to the. I think we'll see her collect a score with 100. Off we go. That is a fantastic lift. 100 kilo sandbag.
Nice.
Easy 10 meters underway. She's moving. 20 kilos. 20 kilos. 20 meters even. 30 meters. Great work. 40 meters for Donna. Moving very well.
Keep going, keep going.
50 meters.
Go on, all the way.
Oh, I can see the legs are starting to wear now. We're down to 60. And that is 60 meters for Donna McKenzie with 100 kilo.
60.
We have Tanika Northcott. She was going to go with the 100 kilo bag as well. So no time limit. This is a hugely heavy bag. So any of the lightweight girls doing this bag, that is serious weight. Got to get those hooks in, and she's broke the deck. Gets it above the knees. She's just lost the bottom of the bag. All right, so she's got it off the deck. She's got it above her knees, but the base just slipped below them, which makes it hard to get a purchase. So she's resetting, about to have another stab. The pick's exhausting in itself. There isn't a time limit. But does she have enough energy to get this off the deck into the position she wants? She may choose to go to the other bag. Let's see. I think she's going to switch over to the 80 kilo bag. How much energy has she got in the tank after wrestling with that 100 kilo bag? All right, she's got that up. Easy enough. Off we go. She is 10 meters in. And that'll be rougher from the wrestler with the 100 kilo bag prior. There's 20 meters, and she's done with that one. Great effort. So, she's going to go for the 100 kilo bag as well. So our final female athlete of the day, final event of the day. And I believe we're giving her the option of the 120, the 100 and the 80. I imagine the 120 is ornamental purposes only. If she picks that up, that'll be incredible. The 100 kilos is already wild enough. Let's go. She is a tree surgeon, so she does pick up big limbs often and waddles around. So it wouldn't be a shock if she's amazing at this event. Her partner Taz also does the same occupation and is a weapon with a sandbag. Super strong pick onto the lap, sets the hands. We go, let's go, Lena. Incredible lifting. And she's moving. Right, first 10 meters. That is serious weight. That is getting towards the double body weight territory. That is phenomenal. 20 meters easily, still flying. 30 meters. A gutsy effort. 40 meters. Gonna do a reset. Just adjust her hand, see if she can get that bag up over a little higher so her legs can move. Just bashing on her thighs. She's doing very well. Leaning back hard. 50 meters down. Can she get it? 60. Oh. Resets again. Pulls it in. Yeah. Now she's down. Phenomenal effort. I think that's going to be about 52.3 or similar. 52.5, pretty close on that one. What a phenomenal effort. Go, Lena. That fantastic effort to finish the women with. To the men, 3 men with 120, and unless they change their minds and jump up. And we've got Daniel who's going to go with the 160, which is a gargantuan shield. So it's pretty close in the top. There's one between Daniel in leading and Jackson Datto just a point behind him. 1 point between Benjamin and John Barry. So that, yeah, this event put it to a tie for third. Or potentially a tie for first. So we will see. All right, so John can we take third place. They'll be tied in points, but this event is the tiebreaker. So count back they're even, which I believe they will be. This will be the tiebreaker. So whoever gets the furthest distance out of these two will take third place. So I think John needs to get more of an angle on his shield to get that clearance. So get your hooks in. And you can tip it sideways and carry it like a traditional sandbag. That can just be quite tricky when they're big and heavy. So he's got it off the deck. He hasn't quite got the base of it above his knee. And without that above his knee, it will be really hard going to get a good distance. So let's see how he goes. Final event of the day. He's jumping down to the 100 kilo